Was good, y'all? My name is Darcy. This is another episode of Off the Dome where we speak off the dome. So let's get straight to it. Today's topic is about not rushing greatness. We can't rush greatness. If something is meant to be, we have to allow the time it needs to take to be great, you know? And today's topic is about this because even today, I was I was angry. I was like ordering Uber. I was like, bro, no one wanted to pick up my Uber. Obviously, it was during rush hour, 5 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, I get it. But it was longer than usual, so I was a little angry. But maybe God was like, hey, right now, relax. You don't need to rush home. Rush home for what? You don't need to be in a rush. Why are you angry about getting to where you need to be? Trust in the universe. So I told myself, okay, maybe there was an accident. Maybe I just wasn't supposed to be at home yet. Maybe there is something in the way. There's an obstacle. And with this perspective, it's easy to allow things to happen for you, allow greatness to come to you. Instead of reacting to the situation, I changed my perspective. I was like, okay, that's okay. I'm going to relax. I'm going to trust. And I'll get home when I get home. And it was funny because my Uber driver, he was learning English. And, we had a nice conversation. Shout out Mario. And it's just moments like those where you have to just enjoy the present. I could have been angry. I could have been stressed. I could have been like, man, this Uber took forever to get here. Da 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 da. But I said, hello. And he saw that I knew English. He was like, "Where are you from?" And then we had a nice conversation. I helped him with his English, and we went our ways. And it was a great feeling to just be in the moment, to just try to have this nice conversation with my Uber driver. And maybe that was what was supposed to happen for me right now. Maybe that had to happen so I would be more encouraged to make this video. And so I always say, don't rush the process. It's difficult to allow life to slow down. It's difficult to allow life to be nothing sometimes life has to be nothing so that there can be something. And when you think about it, another example, my wrist, I hurt my wrist boxing, and I'm so frustrated. I'm like, man, I don't care, I'm still gonna go boom boom, I don't care. But I thought to myself, hey, you're not trying to be Floyd Mayweather. Like if you can't go boxing, you can't go boxing. Like accept that. Like there's no need to rush into being the best boxer right now. You got plenty of time. Obviously, you want to be good with your physical fitness. Obviously, you want to be in shape. But if your body is in pain, there's no need to force that. Okay, even if it's your wrist. I know this is like, oh, but hey, I'm not trying to break my wrist. I don't want to be in pain, more pain. And so I said to the universe, okay, I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna let life, and I'm gonna take it slow these next maybe this month, next month. Um, and it's been good. I've changed my perspective. Instead of being angry about it, maybe now instead of boxing, I have more time to work on my mental. I've had more time to read. I've had more time to just enjoy other parts of my life, and I'm grateful for that. Obviously, I miss boxing. Obviously, I miss the gym, but I went consistently for 4 to 5 months. I had a great time. I laughed. I was consistent. I made my a habit out of it, and I'm grateful for that experience also. And now I'm at a point in my life where maybe I don't need to go to boxing every day. I built up that discipline, and now I can continue to use it maybe in other parts of my life. So I say all that to say, if you're angry about life, if you're angry about the process, it's okay. I promise you, it's okay. The only thing is, we have to learn how to turn that anger into something positive. It's okay to be angry in life. It's okay to be sad in life. It's okay to let things out. That's important. We deserve to respect every single emotion that we have. Why? Because we're human. We're not perfect. We're going to be angry sometimes. We're going to be jealous sometimes. That's who we are. At the end of the day, that's who we are. But at the end of the day, we have to learn that we can turn these emotions like anger, shame, guilt, we can turn them into positive energies, positive thoughts. If I see a homeless man on the street, you could be like, "Oh wow, that would never be me." Like, "Oh my god, so embarrassing." You bring up these emotions of ego, of pride. Like, I'm glad I'm not him. But what if you change it into something like, "Man, maybe he's had a tough life. Man, maybe he's going through something right now. Man, maybe it's because of the environment, the capitalism, the politics that he had to end up that way." Try to think about something positive. Maybe give him some money, give him some food. Just say, "Hey, man, it's gonna be okay." There's no need to look down on people. There's no need to be so prideful when you see people in different situations like you. Um, and I kind of got off track, but it's just talking about negative emotions. Instead of looking at something and being your first thought is to be, shaming this person, giving this person guilt, give this person, "Oh, I'm better than them." Da, da, da. Try to change your perspective. Understand we all have different backgrounds. You don't know his story. You don't know where he came from. You just see him right now. You are only focused on what you've seen. You don't know where he's been through, his family. You don't know any of that. And so we have to understand that we we can't judge people based on what they're at right now. We can't judge them. We don't know where they are. We can only give them grace. We can only say, "Man, maybe they're having a bad day. Man, maybe today isn't their day. Man, maybe um, they love themselves." How about that? Maybe they love themselves. Maybe they love where they're at, and they don't want to be where you're at anyways. You thought about that? I just want to say we have to allow people also to not rush greatness. So ourselves and other people too. If you want your friends to succeed, you're saying go, 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 go. Maybe they don't know how to go. Maybe they need to learn first. They need to fail a few times to get to where they want to be. And we get to be their support if that's the situation. You know, Thinking about plants. How long does it take for a plant to reach above the ground? It could take months before you see something. And even then, it's gonna be so slow. You're gonna be like, "Bro, come on, dang!" Pour some more water in it, it dies. You put too much water in it, it dies. So we have to learn. We have to create situations where we are able to grow, and by doing that, we have to fail. Now okay, now I know not to water it too much. Okay, now I know not to go too hard at the gym, my wrists. Now I learned my lesson. And there's nothing wrong with failing. um, I'm sure if you have a plant, having a plant is harder than people to say it is. I had a few plants. I'm like, dang, I just put a little bit of water in it, and it's too much, or I put too little, oh, it's dead. Like, so it's tough. But think about a plant. It takes so much time to grow, but when it's bloomed, that thing is beautiful. It's priceless, speechless. It's beautiful. And if you can see that you did that, that's going to feel so much better. So yeah, don't rush greatness. Understand we're all here to find our passions. We're all here to learn who we really are at the end of the day. And we have to not force things. Yes, it's important to try. Yes, it's important to do. Yes, it's important to stay disciplined. But if you feel like you are getting burnt out, if you feel like you need a rest, if you feel like you just need a small break, if you feel like you've been working hard every single day, take that time off. You deserve it. Take that time off. Remember, we are not robots, we are humans. And there's nothing wrong with taking a break. There's nothing wrong with enjoying your life. We have the ability to do whatever we want. So if you want ice cream today, I'm gonna eat ice cream. If I don't want to work today, I don't want to work today. There's nothing wrong with that. Once in a while, obviously, every day is like all right, it's like all right, bro, all right, bro. But we also have to give ourselves the chance to rest. Okay. If we're always on go mode, we're never gonna really get far because we're gonna burn out so fast. But if we give our chance the time to grow in silence, to grow, to fail, to relax, to rest, we're able to have the energy to go so much farther in life. So, please, okay, take life easy, follow your dreams, but also take life easy. You know, we don't get the chance to be here every day, this young every day, and it's important to enjoy life also. So if you have the guilt of resting, understand that dream you want to achieve is always going to be there, whether you take a rest or not. So it just depends how much time you get there. But just know if you're putting in work every single day, you're gonna get there no matter what. You're gonna get there. Believe that. Have faith. Talk to the universe. Talk to God. But but please, if you feel like you need to rest, rest. Don't rush greatness. You're great. No need to rush it. Allow life to life. Allow yourself to be human. Allow yourself to take breaks, and you're gonna see how much that's gonna help you in the future. As long as you change your perspective, you know. Oh my God, I'm taking a break. I get to take a break. I get to relax. I get to enjoy my life. Okay. I always say perspective is one of the best words in the world. Because just like that, boom, change your perspective. Perspective. Okay. Maybe I change it. Okay. I'll think about this way. So yeah, man. That's all I have to say today. Off the dome. Remember, don't rush greatness. Love yourself. Be proud of yourself. Believe in yourself. Forgive yourself. Be grateful for yourself. And be there for yourself. That's all you can do every single day. Promise you. I love you. Until next time on Off the Dome.